Okay, we are doing the tutorial for the poof and the braids and then the big teased and curls. So I'm going to start by sectioning her hair into 3 sections. I'm going to take the top of her hair, about a half moon right there for her poof. The next sections are we're going to take from her ear straight up until it meets what is behind the poof. So there should be a straight line right there. This one's going to come forward. We'll use it in just a second. And same exact thing from this side, right behind the ear, all the way up, and pull it forwards. The rest of this hair we will pull into the ponytail. And so we're just going to gather it up and rubber band it on top of the head for now, just to keep it out of the way. This will not be your final ponytail, so it doesn't have to be fantastic. Just keep it up out of the way so it doesn't get in the way of your braids. For the braids, we have these mini elastics. They're super easy, but they'll just be invisible in the hair. If you have blonde hair, you can use clear. If you have black hair or brown hair, they have brown or black ones. So whatever works. So this is what I'm going to use to secure it. What we're going to do is just a normal French braid on the back, and then we will put it into the ponytail. So I'm going to start by just normal, grab the first little piece of the hair. I'm going to divide it into 3 sections and cross them just like a regular braid. And we do want to keep this tight against the head. We will mess with it later and fix it. So I have my normal braid. I'm going to start the French braid part. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of hair and cross it over. From here, I'm going to grab my clear elastic and secure it close to the head. I'm going to do the same exact thing to the other side. We're going to start, grab with the front section. Okay, from here, we're going to take our ponytail that was just holding our hair up and take it out. And we're actually going to secure it up. Before we do that, we do want to kind of take these and we're going to hold on, and we're just going to slightly tug on these braids to loosen them up just a tad so that they can be seen. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, now we're going to take this up into our full ponytail, and we want this to be pretty high. For the poof, you're going to need a teasing comb. I like this one just as it's because the one I have. You can also use a rat tail comb or one of these. They all work the same as long as you can tease. This is just the one I like. Okay, so we're going to make sure this is all combed out. What we're going to do is you can take your hairspray, we're going to spray on the front. In the back, you want to make sure that you're getting at the root, because that's where we want our tease to stay. And I'm going to break this up into sections and tease it so that we have the height of our poof. So I'm going to stay at the root and push down, up and down, so it stays pretty good. I'm going to do that over and over again until we get to the front. Some of the back combing that's already here, just to smooth out the top. You don't want to be able to see any knots or teasing when it's up. And so I'm just going to take my comb and just lightly run it through. And once it's up, I'm going to take my bobby pins. You can get black, you can get blonde, whatever matches your hair best. Really, nobody's going to see them because the bow's going to be covering it, so it'll be okay. Okay, when you have your poof, you want to gather up the hair. Make sure it has all that nice shape. All the back teasing is covered. We're going to grab it, hold it down, and then push forward so that it all comes to the front. We don't want it at an angle back. We're going to pin it in place. Placing it, and you may have to, I'm going to start by placing it on her head. That's where I want it, because that's where her ponytail is going to be. We're going to gather it up. Strings are out of the way. I'm going to wrap this where it is underneath the ponytail that is holding up the rest of her hair. If it's on top, it'll slide out. So getting underneath that bottom ponytail. Ponytail just a little bit. You want it sitting right behind the poof. So right now we are here. Okay, next thing we're going to do is, if you want to make it really secure, take your bobby pins. So if your tails are flying up of your bow, take it and put it right on. And these will secure them down into the hair, and so that's not moving. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to curl the hair. So you can use whatever curling iron you have. You can use a wand, you can use a curling iron. We want big, soft curls. We don't want the tight ringlets. We want them kind of a little bit looser. Just kind of make it easier by grabbing small sections. And I'm just using a normal curling iron. And so you can wrap it around, or you can clamp it, whatever you want to do. However you're comfortable curling. Hold it for a second. Depending on how hot yours gets or how hot your hair needs it to be, you'll hold it longer. And hers is going to curl pretty good. And so I'm just going to finish her head. Hair's curled. We just did loose bouncy curls. We're going to tease it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this all back over her bow again. And I'm going to section it off. And you can start little or big, whatever size sections you're comfortable with. And take your hairspray. And just like we teased for the poof, we're going to stay at the roots and push them forward. And we'll take all this hair. Make sure